I saw that Robin shading me yesterday if you were here. I went on a whole rant. Look, if you're doing a live show and you don't have a producer or anyone helping you, things happen. And even if you have all of that help, things happen when you're doing a live show. But look, I can laugh at myself too, Robin. So, yes. Can you all hear me? Testing, testing, testing. Can you all hear me? This is our Tuesday Takeover. We do this every single Tuesday, and it's one of my favorite days. I actually got really excited to do this recap because it's not just a recap of one particular show. It started off as a TLC takeover where we talked about 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Fiancé spinoffs, and a lot of times, some weeks, it will be a lot of 90 Day Fiancé talk. But it's a mix of reality TV. It's an opportunity for all of us to talk about a variety of different shows. It's an opportunity for you guys to suggest what shows you want to hear about during Tuesday Takeover. So Tuesday is a really fun day because I feel like we can talk about a bunch of different things. But here on the channel, we don't just talk about reality TV. We talk about everything in pop culture. I just posted a video right before this live giving you a quick update. I told you I'm not doing a daily update on the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. I only like to get into the nitty gritty of things that I found humorous or things that I thought were actually brilliant, like when we were talking about the forensic psychologist that diagnosed Amber Heard as borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder. Well, today I gave you another update. We had a few different updates. One thing was about Amber Heard Aquaman, role. As you know, there is a multi-million signature change.org petition to have her removed. Well, the DC president testified earlier today. So as I was preparing to put out another video about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, we had that testimony. So I included that information as well in this video. So this video is really jam-packed with updates on this testimony from the DC president. Kate Moss, yes, the legendary supermodel Kate Moss will be testifying reportedly tomorrow. And we had to talk about Jason Momoa trying to save Amber Heard's job in Aquaman 2. By this point, this is free promotion for Aquaman 2. It's going to blow it out the box. You think we might get an appearance from Johnny Depp? Okay, too late. It's already been filmed. But if you missed that, I've pinned the link to that video so you can watch it after this live. I know so many of you that are subscribed to the channel are hitting me up about shows that we have already recapped. So if you're not getting your notifications, guys, sometimes you have to physically just go to Kempire Daily and check out what I've updated you there. So we do have recaps on Love Match Atlanta. We have recaps on, of course, Real Housewives of Atlanta yesterday. We had monster numbers of you guys showing up yesterday for our recap of Atlanta. Speaking of which, let's talk about ratings. All right, hold on. Let me adjust my chair. Let me adjust my chair. So a lot of you were asking yesterday, what are the ratings? So the ratings seem to take a little bit longer for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, maybe because, Sunday is becoming such a hot night. But we have good news. We have good news. Let me first bring up my hold on. Tuesday Takeover. Shout out to our friends over at Ratings Bravo on Twitter. I rely on them and TV Deeds for our ratings. So I want to talk a couple of things. Before we get into Atlanta's ratings, I want to talk about Love and Marriage. Did they give us Love and Marriage? No, they didn't give us Love and Marriage. Huntsville. I think TV Deets gave it to us, though. So let me bring up them. See, we're all working together. We're all working together here. Hold on. Let me just bring up these ratings, guys. And as you're waiting, as I pull these things up, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. We're live on multiple platforms. We're live, of course, on Twitch and Twitter at TheKempire. We're live on TikTok. TikTok, I see you. And we're also live on, of course, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. And we're live on TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. All right. Let me pull this up. Hold on. Okay, so we have, okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. All right. So Tuesday Takeover, it's an opportunity for us to talk about a bunch of different things. So I want to talk about the ratings for Saturday night and Sunday night. It's summertime, so ratings are going to drop a little bit because, everybody's outside except me. Nope. COVID's still rampant. Nope. Staying away. I'll go outside and take a walk, but that's about it. I'll eventually get outside because so many of you want us to do meet and greets. Stay tuned. Oh, goodness. Mask up. All right. Love and Marriage Huntsville, they saw a boost this week. This is a season high in viewers for Love and Marriage Huntsville. So the ratings have not been the greatest this season for Huntsville because they've hit over 1 million viewers. But that was also during the pandemic, when people were stuck inside. But now things are getting hot and, people want to have a hot girl summer. So, ratings for Love and Marriage Huntsville this week for episode 9 in a .08 demo, 18 to 49. They saw a boost from last week, which was like in 300,000. This week, they had 479,000 viewers. All right. Let me just go back 1 second so I can show you DC's ratings, because as you know, DC is the newest iteration. DC is the newest iteration of Love and Marriage. And this is episode 2 with a .06 demo, 18 to 49, with 379,000 viewers. So not bad at all for a new show. However, people were expecting a lot more because of Monique Samuels. Monique Samuels is from the Real Housewives of Potomac. So people expected, you have a familiar face and that would bring in viewers. I don't think this is bad for a new show. It's still better than Watch What Happens Live. TVDs, if you guys are watching, can we get the ratings for Nightcap with Carlos King? I want to know those ratings, but I could always Google Schmoogle myself, but I rely on my friends over at TVDs and Ratings Bravo. It just makes it easier for us, and they always put a nice little picture. So it's better than if you see the actual Nielsen ratings, you're like, this is boring. What are we looking at, Kempire? Okay, so that's why I like going to them. All right. Shout out to all of you that are just joining us. This is Tuesday Takeover. I'm looking through the ratings for Saturday night, but now we're going to move on to, of course, let's move on to Sunday night. Sunday night is a big night for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Love Match Atlanta. Some of you didn't know that I've been recapping that as well. Be sure to check out that recap. And they've been interacting a lot with me on Twitter. Some of the stars of the show. Shay answered some questions yesterday. Matter of fact, I should pull that up so you guys can see what Shay had to say. She answers. She says she's not Jamaican, and she does carry sage in her purse. Look, I love a sage. I'm not carrying it around though, and I'm not burning it in establishments. All right, moving on. Let me go back. So, ratings for Love Match Atlanta, since we're talking about Love Match Atlanta, for this week's episode, and this is not bad. Again, I always let you guys know, this show does not have anyone that you recognize on this show. It's a new show, and they still have steady ratings. This is not a season high for them. They started off pretty good because, again, they had the Real Housewives of Atlanta opening for them. But people are still watching the show, and I like the premise of the show for you single people. I play it. I just love taking digs. You guys take digs at me, I can take digs at you. So, Love Match Atlanta, episode 3 with 346,000 viewers. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad for a show. For me, it's steady. Yes, they started out, I think, with like 400 and something thousand viewers their first week. Last week was 300 and something thousand. This week is 346,000. It's not bad. They're remaining steady, unlike Watch What Happens Live. I'm comparing because, look, we can. They just renewed Watch What Happens Live for 2 more seasons. Whoo, cha. All right. Since we're talking about Sunday night, let's talk about Watch What Happens Live and their ratings. As you know, Candy was a guest on Watch What Happens Live this week, along with Lil Jon, and Riley was bartender because Riley's of legal age now. Lord, we've been watching these shows for too long. So Watch What Happens Live, though, the show that was renewed for 2 more seasons, that has multiple, famous faces that come through there, recognizable faces, came in this Sunday with 318,000 viewers. Anyways, we'll move right along. We'll move right along. I just want to give you a full picture of what we're looking at. But we have to celebrate. We have to celebrate. And I'm so glad they used this photo because I really loved Kenya Moore this week with the whole construction, the props, the hammer, all of that. I loved it, loved it, loved it. This is a season high for the season 14 for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this week's episode 4, came in at 992,000 992,000 viewers with a zero 0.3 demo, 18 to 49 demo. Season high. This is, everyone has been trying to really bring Atlanta down, say, oh, Atlanta's lost it, it's boring, I'm out, whatever. Exactly. And Lit reminds us that this does not account the DVR watch. And also the people that end up watching it during the week. There are a lot of people that don't watch it immediately. So you already know this is going to go way over 1 million viewers. Atlanta is slowly coming back. Yes, the season premiere had a lot of viewers. Then it had a major drop. Then last week it came back up. This week it came back up even more. I wouldn't be surprised if next week we do get over 1 million viewers in the first night. I wouldn't be surprised. As I said to you before, they're not paying me, and I don't need them to. I feel like the season is a refresh. I do believe that Drew doesn't need to be there, though, next season. I feel like Drew is a wild card for them, and I think a lot of people don't want to watch Drew and that whole situation play out throughout the season. Okay, you can have it play out a little bit, but we don't want it to be the focus. Her relationship with Ralph is not interesting to us. Her and her antics are not interesting to us. But if you missed my interview with Sonia Richards-Ross, check that out because she does drop some tea in regards to what we can expect when it comes to her and what we can expect when it comes to the rest of the season. I even asked her about, do we find out what Marlo does for a living? And she wouldn't tell me. She was just like, you have to wait and see. So I'm like, wait, do we get to really know? I don't know. I don't know. But congratulations to the ladies over at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The ratings have been consistent and still way better than Watch What Happens Live. Moving on. Shauna says, Drew is too much, honestly, and I wouldn't miss her. I feel like a lot of people feel that way. Again, the only reason I feel like Drew even came back this season was because casting wasn't what they needed it to be at the time. So they were like, you know what, let's bring back someone familiar, someone that's married. People didn't love her, but we'll bring her back. All right. I think he says, I'm so happy for RHOA. Me too. When I heard this news, I say, we have to talk about the ratings. We have to talk about the ratings, what's going on, and give you guys an update, especially because you asked yesterday about the ratings and what was going on there. All right, since we're talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I told you I am truly excited about the Real Housewives of Dubai. But of course, there has been a lot of criticism because of things that happen in Dubai when it comes to human slavery, when it comes to how women are treated, when it comes to how the LGBTQIA plus community, damn me and that damn. So, as I said to you before, we've covered all the ladies. We've talked about all the ladies, but y'all, I have a new favorite person, and I thought it was going to be Chanel Ayan, and I like her still. I hear she's really funny during the season. But y'all, first of all, Lisa too. I like Lisa too. But the woman who understands the assignment, who I feel has the potential to be maybe the next Nene of Dubai, I only say this because I've seen her commentary so far, her snapbacks, and maybe this is why she's friends with Phaedra Parks. She knows how to read a person down. I told you one of my favorite lines from the trailer for The Real Housewives of Dubai was when Caroline Brooks said, it's very expensive to cheat on me. Caroline Brooks is everything. I told you she was in my comment section on Instagram talking about how, they thought we were on Lock and Key. Oh, she is everything. She is everything. All right. For those that don't know who I'm talking about, let me first of all bring up a picture of Caroline Brooks, because you're going to be talking about this woman and you're going to be like, oh wow, Kempire, you were right. You were right. And you know, as a Taurus, we like to be right. As a Taurus, we like to be right. And most of the time we are. Just saying. I'm talking about this woman right here. I'm talking about this woman. Mark my word, she's going to impress us this season. She is one of the new stars of the Real Housewives of Dubai. And the reason why I'm talking about her during our Tuesday Takeover is because there has been some criticism. Okay? There's been some criticism. This man, Majid Al-Amari, has spoken out about the Real Housewives of Dubai, saying that these ladies do not represent the Real Housewives of Dubai. Let's take a listen. I'm getting this from our friends over at OMFG Reality TV. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me rewind this back.
Assalamu alaikum. A gentleman sent me this trailer of a new series that's supposed to be coming out on the 1st of June. That's called The Real Housewives of Dubai. Now, from the trailer, women that are wearing bikinis on beaches, using the nastiest language you can ever think of. And they're presenting themselves as gold diggers, trying their best to get money from rich men. Now, my wife is a housewife. She does not dress like that in public. She does not speak in that manner. And she has achieved a lot in her life. The housewives of my country are our mothers, our sisters, our daughters. They are the backbone in helping giving our children the proper upbringing. Yes, we are a tolerant country, but that does not mean that others can walk all over our morals and values. And that series does not represent the Real Housewives of Dubai.
Okay. All right. And look, I was like, all right, he has a right to his opinion. This is his world, his country. But I want to first start with one of the other stars before I get into what Caroline Brooks says, because she made me laugh so hard. Caroline Brooks, okay? For those that were asking, when does the Real Housewives of Dubai premiere? June 1st is when it premieres. June 1st is when it premieres, and we will be recapping it. But let me just get first. I'm gonna read what Sarah Al-Madani responds and says this. Okay. And I felt like her response was actually very well thought out. And I was like, you know what? I hear what she's saying. Okay. So Sarah responds. She says, I am on the show and I am Amarati. First of all, the show doesn't represent the life of the UAE's housewife. It's the franchise name that has been there for 15 years. The show talks about the life of 6 different individuals from different backgrounds, cultures, and religion living in Dubai, raising their kids, running their business, having fun with their friends. Plus, you haven't seen the show yet. It's not about the culture or representing it. It's amazing for tourism and changing the stereotype a lot of Western people have against Arab countries. This is a judgment done on the non-factual knowledge. I had a great experience being a part of it, and I'm glad I will have an opportunity to show the world how an independent, modern Arab woman is. Yeah. I loved it. That was grown woman setting the record straight. And I love the way that she said that. I love the way that she said that. But we're talking about housewives and we need someone to get read down. Okay. Are you guys ready? Okay. Carolyn, if you see this, I love you. So she responds in the comments section, Carolyn Brooks, okay? Oh my gosh. Carolyn says this. She puts the looking eye emojis. I see all the girls that tried out for the show and got rejected in the comments and liking the post. Rest, ladies, the casting call is over. Not the casting call is over. Not the casting call is, oh, I gotta read it again. Hold on. Homegirl said the casting call is over. Caroline, this beautiful woman right here. Hold on. Where's Caroline? Hold on. Let me just bring it up. Okay. So Real Housewives of Dubai is already receiving backlash from the people, in Dubai, specifically this man that spoke out. So Carolyn took to the comment section and was like, let me roll up in here. I see all the girls that tried out for the show and got rejected in the comments and liking the post. Rest, ladies, the casting call is over. Ooh, child. Ooh, exactly. Ebony says Carolyn has quick wit. Carolyn is, and only reason why I'm just giving her so much praise on this is not the first time that I've seen Carolyn or Caroline. Look, we'll learn, Carolyn, I don't know. Either way, I love you so far. You are my spirit animal. You are doing that needs to be done. I want to see her get the girls together. Apparently, there is some drama going on between ladies, because from what I hear, Chanel had unfollowed Caroline Stansberry, and a couple of other people. Whatever. So there's a photo of Caroline Brooks, Chanel Ion, and Lisa Milan together. And I forgot who posted, and they were like, oh, can you caption this photo? So you know what I did? I got a video footage of Yolanda Hadid when she says, my team, the dream team. That's my team. That's my team. Okay, sorry. I've been doing my evil laugh a lot lately. I'm sorry. Let's focus. If you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover. We don't just talk about 90 Day Fiancé. We talk about reality TV. We talk about reality TV news. And so many of you have been telling me that you want me to get into Below Deck Down Under, which is on Peacock exclusively. All right. So many of you have been telling me to watch Below Deck Sailing Yacht. I'm going to, if I can find the time, it's a holiday weekend. Hopefully I'll find the time and be able to get into all of it. So I'm already on episode 5 of Below Deck Down Under, and I'm enjoying it. It's different. And I appreciate the difference. It's not just another show. Okay, the only difference is they're, in the Down Under. Yes, that's the major difference. They're Down Under. However, I like this cast. And I like to hate some of the cast too. So when I say I like a cast, it's not because, oh, I want to be their friend. No, I like this cast because I like the personalities, even the ones that you don't necessarily like this man. Where is he? Where's the chef? Ooh. Chef Ryan. First of all, Aisha, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She is the chief stew. She's not non-problematic. She's not, she's not a Kate Chastain. Okay. So if that's what you're expecting from her, no. She gets along. She does her job really well. She's getting in a little tiff with the chef. But he gives me so much of remember Chef Leon, who got fired? This chef, I'm like, you're in the business of service. No, I'm cooking what I want to cook. I'm telling them when they're going to eat. Excuse me? Lord Azula, I said the same thing. I said, I'm ready to fight Chef Ryan. Lord Azula says, I would have caught a case with Chef expeditiously. I'm in love. I'm just like, you are in the business of service, sir. Where do they do that at? I did this really fabulous tour a few years ago to India and Nepal. So it's very much like, it wasn't on a yacht, but it was a very luxurious tour where they go and they take care of all your needs. Can you imagine the chef telling us, oh no, we're going to have this at this time? Look, they usually have a schedule and things like that. Yes, but sir, these people are paying an X amount of money. You're expecting a good tip, but this is why they brought him on the show. They wanted another situation. Does he get fired? Because he needs to get fired. Captain Jason. Oh my gosh, Captain Jason. Oh, not. Where's my pictures? Captain Jason in the middle there. I know a lot of you are in love with Captain Jason. Handsome man, don't get me wrong. But he's a good mix of tough, but also very involved. And I think some people would be turned off by that. But he's literally out there chugging along with the crew, going to the to the beach and preparing things. I said, wow. Deborah says, keep watching Kempire. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, no spoilers, no spoilers. So Below Deck Down Under is on Peacock, the streaming app. So it's not available on Bravo yet. You know what's going to happen, though. They're going to eventually put it on Bravo because Below Deck is a big franchise for Bravo. Look at Below Deck Sailing Yacht. It didn't do that well last season. It's doing very well this season, especially in the ratings. So don't be surprised. For those that don't want to get Peacock, more than likely after this season ends, they will be putting it on Bravo. And more than likely come June. Don't be surprised. Like they're doing Real Housewives of Miami. Speaking of which, Lenny Hochstein, whatever, it doesn't matter. We don't like him. He has officially filed for divorce. So now I really do believe Lisa when she says she didn't know that this was coming. I think he rushed this divorce. Side chick, other woman. You see how he's doing, Lisa? He will do you the same way, girl. The same way you got him is the same way you're going to lose him. Sidebar, that heifer. That young lady, she was in their house back on Halloween. Yes, she was probably just partying. Did the affair start then? Who knows? Who knows? But she was all up in his house, half naked, because it was Halloween. You know how y'all do during Halloween. So she's been around this whole situation for a very long time, this other woman. Focus. Below Deck Down Under. So I'm enjoying the season so far, but the standout moments for me, Captain Jason is very involved. He's taken on Benny. Benny, look, there are moments that I feel bad for Benny, and then there are moments where I'm like, Benny is such a... I didn't expect this from him. Originally, he lost his parents, and then when Captain Jason found out about that, now Captain Jason sort of like has him under his wing. But Benny doesn't want to work, but now that he has this relationship with Captain Jason, he wants to work a little bit harder. I don't think that's going to last. But the bosun, Jamie, and this is the perfect example of being good looking doesn't mean a thing when you get to know someone's personality. Jamie may be good looking, but Jamie's personality is... He's a terrible bosun. I don't like how he talked to Toomey. Toomey? I love Toomey. And here's the thing. I love Toomey and Magda because Magda's not the best stewardess. However, she's funny. Anyone else like her too? She's funny to me. Like she's had some at one point she said she has an inner Latina. She says she's more Latina inside than she is Polish. I said, girl, please. But Toomey is Black girl magic. Yep, she is. She's from South Africa. She is great at her job. She's very professional. She knows how to decorate, and that's her goal. Like she wants to decorate these types of luxurious yachts. She wants to design them. But she's really good at her job. First of all, the stewardess are getting along. And this to me is a reminder, and this is what I say to you guys all the time. I think a lot of people believe, oh, you have to have drama in order for a reality show to be interesting. No, you don't. Because Magda, Toomey, and Aisha, they're all getting along. Yes, Magda's not really bringing the work, but they're all getting along. But they all have really funny personalities. Brittany, I know they keep calling her Brittany, but Brittany, girl, right now there's not a lot to report on her. She's part of the deck crew. There's not a lot to report on her based on what I've seen so far. Besides people calling her Brittany instead of Brittany. But I got it right. Nothing to report so far. But I have to say, when Jamie found out that Magda had a boyfriend, and so did Aisha, And I guess because he's not attracted to Toomey and Brittany, he was very upset. Sir, you did not come on here to hook up with the crew. First of all, you're in a management position as the bosun. You shouldn't be hooking up with anyone. But he was so upset. Brittany and Toomey were like, well, they're still us. Look, we're still here. But Toomey really likes Captain Jason. For me, though, Captain Jason's handsome. I mean, I wouldn't throw him out of the bed. Just saying. But Jamie's personality, when Toomey talks about being professional, because at one point, this one, he has an amazing body and a funny personality too. Like, he's funny. Culver, he, put on his mullet wig and got into the jacuzzi with the guests. But if you've been watching Below Deck as long as we have, then that's a no-no. Yes, you need to do everything that the guests want, but there still has to be a line. There still has to be a boundary. And he crossed that boundary. So I disagree with Jamie, because Jamie was like, to me, you're doing too much. You're supposed to do what the guests want. Bosun, go worry about your crew, because they're falling apart. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're always like hanging around and not doing what they're supposed to do. So I didn't love that heated conversation between Toomey and Jamie, because Jamie, sit down, worry about your own job. This is why you're not good at your job. Look. So far, I'm enjoying Below Deck Down Under. I think it's a good show. If you want to watch it as well, as I said to you before, right now it's available on Peacock. Eventually, more than likely, it will be available on Bravo. Bravo's not going to miss the chance to get those ratings from Below Deck. And I think even on Bravo, it's going to get huge ratings. I really believe that. So stay tuned for that. I wanted to talk a little bit about that, but let's get into 90 Day Fiancé. I know a lot of you watched it with me last night on my TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, why not? Why aren't you following me on TikTok? We have watch parties, but you're also getting under a minute recaps and hot topics and reality TV. TC says Culver strip. I mean, that strip show was a little womp, womp, womp. Great body, though. Great body, though. I have watched the first 5 episodes of Below Deck Down Under, so I still have a few episodes to go, and I believe a new episode just came out, too. So the season's not quite over. Cherie says, Benny is a pain and Toomey is a smart cookie. Yeah, but you need someone like Benny in this group of people. You need someone that needs some nurturing. You need someone that needs to some discipline. And you already know Benny and Jamie are going to get into it. They've already gotten into it multiple times. Benny, though, is one I wanted to like Benny because I felt bad for Benny, but Benny also is a, I don't even know what's the word to describe Benny. He only wants to do so much. He didn't really come here to work. You know what I mean? All right. So let's get into 90 Day Fiancé. Oh, no, not them. Oh, my Lord. Let me delete that from here. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know how anyone feels about the couples this season so far, but at first I was like, I'm into it. I like it. I see what's happening here, but I'm starting to see a lot of cracks in the foundation. And when I say that, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are coming on here for ulterior motives. Okay. Speaking of which, this couple, all of their scenes felt so pre-produced. When Miona and Jibri's mom they were talking, then she went to go do laundry, and she accused Jibri's mom of going through her clothes. She threw the top at the mom. And it's like, oh, you see this? This word on the street, spoiler alert, word on the street is that these two were married before the show. That was the word on the street. People are still tired of this woman and her blackfishing. I don't know. But every time their scenes come up, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in their scenes. I feel as if it's so fake. I feel as if Jibri is trying to launch a music career. I've heard the music. It ain't good. It's not good. But no matter what, they're on the show and it's going to promote that nasty music. Look, that terrible music. And of course, you could already tell why Miona is there. She wants to be famous. She wants to move to a big city. So that's another conversation she has with Jibri's mother. Jibri and the way he spoke to his mother, you knew it had to be staged because Jibri's mother looks like she would whoop that you know what. I wouldn't be surprised if Jibri said, Mom, I'm going to, give it to you about how you're treating Miona. Because I think any other time, Jibri's mother would have been like, who are you talking to? And it's so funny to me that he's like, I don't like the way you're treating her. And you're in her home. You're in her home. But I don't even get that deep with this couple because I'm like, everything you're saying right now is fake and pre-produced. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel as if that you guys didn't sit down and plot and plan this. That's how it feels to me. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel authentic. Moving on. We didn't get to see this couple this week. I wanted to make sure he was okay. I wanted to make sure he was all right. Oh my God, because oh goodness. So, Lord. But let me move on to Patrick and Thais. So Thais is finally here. Patrick is just too nice. I think that's his problem. He's one of those people that says yes to everything. So as you know, Patrick's brother John is living with them. This is her first time in America. She didn't tell her daddy. You may recall that she's coming here to get married, and now they're going to live with John. But as they're Patrick and John had already lived together. Patrick and John are brothers. Patrick has been through a lot. When we were first introduced to him, we learned all of his story, the steroids, the losing of the family issues, and all this other stuff. We learned there's a lot of things going on with Patrick, but Patrick's a little woo, 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 woo. But so is John. Some people feel like John has a drinking issue because he was drinking beer in the morning. I don't know. I don't drink, so I don't know if that's unusual. I don't know. Some people say yes. That is unusual. Some of those scenes between John and Thais felt a little pre-produced. They felt a little pre-produced. She feels a little already too confrontational. But the house seems big enough for you all to live in and not even see each other, right? That I feel like that house is big enough that you guys don't have to see each other. But the forcing of the relationship between John and Thais feels, again, producers. Again, it feels like a producer saying, we want to see the friction between them because this is your storyline. Let's see the friction between the two of them. Did we ever, I know he has a door-to-door business, Patrick, and he makes like $1,000 a day. And so when he was going away to Brazil, he was losing $1,000. He makes good money. And I love that Tesla. And the house. It's a very nice house. Ooh, you guys said that. Okay, baby says the brother needs to go. Gloria says John is an alcoholic. Oh God, the steak. Yes, he was cooking the steak, and as mind you, he had a beer in the morning. He's trying to flip the steak, and the steak falls on the floor. Not only is John maybe an alcoholic, he might be a little racist. And if you watch the episode, then you know what I'm talking about in his reference to her being Brazilian and making assumptions about where she's from. I don't necessarily love Thais, but I don't love John either. The only one I love in this situation is Patrick. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But Patrick, that's going to run thin with me too, because you need to learn how to set boundaries, not just with John, but you need to also set boundaries with Thais. She's coming into your life, and we already know that she's already controlling. You have to keep your location on for her to know where you are and what's happening. Moving on. We only had a couple of scenes with this couple. I think this couple is going to be fine. No matter how the producers try to spin it and make it seem like, oh, she's a party animal and he can't deal with her drinking. I know couples that have very similar issues and they make it work. I think this couple is going to be fine. He's quite young though, but his maturity is showing through in this show. Anyone else? I feel like his maturity shows through. He's 23, she's 29, near 30. And she likes to go out and drink and get drunk. Not just drink. It's okay to drink, but get drunk where she doesn't remember what happened. There's something about Cara that I'm just like, it's like she would be annoying. Do I see this couple making it 20 years down the line? I don't know about that. I definitely think they will get married. I definitely think they will have a great relationship. But she is also very controlling too. Last week we were talking about how she wanted to control his money and how he spends his money. Rightfully so. I think the conversation needs to be had because now she's spending money for his K-1 visa. She's paying the rent. He can't work yet. So that definitely needs to be a conversation, even if it's his money, because he wants to get a laptop. But it's not like he wanted to buy something frivolous, and it's not like he couldn't buy something that was an inexpensive laptop. At least if he's using that to look for work and things like that, or communicate with his family. But he seems more mature than she does. So this week I'm looking at Cara like, girl, look. Nora says he is very mature, more mature than her. In my opinion, says her friend got on my nerve. Yeah, but you know what? The friends, I wasn't surprised by the friends because I know people very much like Cara and her friend group. So I was just like, I'm not surprised because they don't see anything wrong with her behavior because they're doing the same exact thing. The boyfriend too. But Guillermo, he's had to work hard. Remember, he left Venezuela at a very young age. He's only 23. He left Venezuela a few years before moving to the United States. And then he moved to DR and he had to work and take care of himself. So that's probably the maturity that we're getting from Guillermo. Look, but I'm not going to spend too much time on them because we have other people to talk about. Oh, God, I don't want to talk about them. Look. All right. Oh, God, let's talk about Ari. And I'm so mad at myself because I'm the one who recommended. I apologize, y'all. Hold on. Where is it? No, not that one. Not that one. This couple, Ari and Benny. So Ari is already being annoying so far this season. Ari is trying to have him talk about how we're going to pay for this rent. So her mom insisted on getting them a 2-bedroom, even though she told him, you know, let's just get a 1-bedroom. But the mom insisted on getting a 2-bedroom. But the mom was also the one saying that we need to have a conversation about how you guys are going to take care of the bills. Well, really, that's on Ari right now. That's not on Benny. Benny can't work. Benny says, though, he wants to be an M&A fighter. Of course, Benny looks great. He has the fit for it, but Benny's 31 years old. I don't know the logistics of being an M&A fighter. However, how old are you supposed to start that? Oh, TC says it's totally Kempire's fault. MJ says, speaking about entitled brats. Oh. So Benny, as you know, when he was in Ethiopia, he had multiple jobs as a trainer, as a dancer. So I'm not sure exactly what his plan is to do here. I mean, he's on this national platform that gets millions of views. So he could go into the world of entertainment, but the world of entertainment is not that lucrative unless you really hit it big. But he has to step up because he's on 90 Day Fiancé. But to be an M&A fighter, first of all, injuries. Right? Like that's not like play wrestling. And she says that she's looked it up. Ari's looked it up and they don't necessarily make a lot of money. I don't see the love between these two. As I said to you before, this was a plot that I believe this was a plot that they came together with so that she can move back to the States. He can come with her so he can see Avi and also get to see his other child with his first wife. So I really believe that was the story that they came up with. I don't believe there's a love between these two. And Benny, you need to start putting your foot down because Ariella is becoming even more annoying than she's ever been before because she's like, I want to have these conversations. I know it's only our first full day here. What can he do? Yes, he has an idea. I want to be an MMA fighter. However, he really won't be able to work until what? Sometimes first of all, in order to get your legal papers and then find the job. As we know, you probably saw the photos before the season even started. He did end up fighting. Not sure if he won or not sure if he even made any money or how much money he made from that. Alyssa says they're married, Kempire. Well, we already know all these couples are married at this point. We even hear that Bilal and Shida got married. Spoiler alert if you didn't know. Most of the time they end up getting married, especially if they make it on 90 Day Fiancé, unfortunately. Doesn't mean that they'll stay married. Look at annoying Memphis and Hamza. They got married in Tunisia. He came over here and now they're living in separate states. Just saying. Melinda, thank you so much for the super chat. Melinda says, I wanted to throw a shoe at the TV when she blew up over him saying he can see himself living in New York. So they do take a trip to New York City. Benny, of course, he's coming from Ethiopia and he's like, oh my gosh. He's just like, I'm going to hurt my neck from looking up at everything. I mean, I still look up at everything when I go into the city. I'm like, Oh, T-Slay, I wanted to throw something at the TV too. T-Slay said, I don't like how she said, I brought you here. She said a couple of things that I felt were like problematic. Remember when they were driving through Princeton, which is such a cute town? She's like, yeah, these are $1 million homes. He's like, oh, maybe I can buy one day. And she was like, I forgot her exact words, but she insinuated that's not possible. I was like, you don't know what's possible. So she's always taking digs at him and almost, y'all can read my mind what I was about to say. Oop, Made in Asia says those sisters, Benny's sisters, were right, Kempire. They were worried for him because they already see how she was in Ethiopia. Can you imagine how she's going to be when he is the only one there and he doesn't have any family to protect him? And I see that the sisters online have been taking shots at TLC too, calling them racist and all kinds of stuff. Miss Nana Mac, I think I pronounced that correctly, says, really, to immigrants want to leave their country and families unless it's a war-torn country. They want the money you can make here. If they can make U.S. money in their country, they'd never leave. That is so true, especially as someone that is a child of immigrants and parents that, once they retired, are back in Jamaica. They only came here to make money and have a better life for their children. They love Jamaica. So that is so true. Sheila says, dream killer Ari. Oh my gosh. I know in COVID times when he drank out of the water fountain, I mean, even before COVID times, if you're from New York, just saying. All right. Mimi says she wanted to tell him to get up and get a job in her Kim K voice. Damn it, I wish I had that video here. Anyways, all right. Let me go back to the couples. So Ari and Benny, their big issue this week, and I'm not even that interested, and that's why I'm not really going into depth of everything that he talked about. But she's basically putting pressure on him to get a job when he really can't even work. You have to work, Ariella, but her family has paid for this apartment. They're paying for the Wi-Fi. They're paying for the utilities. They're paying for the K-1 visa. And no matter if she say, oh, we have a little bit left in our savings. Girl, savings from what? Oh, from the show. Yes, they make a pretty good coin off the show, but not to live in Princeton, New Jersey. It's still expensive. And you have to remember, Ariella's parents are well-to-do. No matter how they want to kind of claim like they're, this is a lot for us to be paying for. I mean, it still is a lot for them to be paying for, but they make money. They live in Princeton, New Jersey. All right. Oh, gosh, where's my big picture of Eve? Lord, Eve and Muhammad. So finally, the bidet is getting installed. Yes, Eve hired a plumber. First of all, y'all know I know a thing or two about bidets, okay? The bidet that they got, and I said to her before, like, why didn't she get a bidet on Amazon? The one she got looked like it was the one from Amazon. It's not the most expensive one, but she hired a plumber because it's not easy to install a bidet, okay? Unless you have that sort of mindset or if you're handy. It's not easy. Mohammed tried last week. So she hired a plumber. First of all, the plumber probably, without a doubt, cost more than the actual bidet. You might as well have gotten a really good bidet and had them install a good bidet. The bidet that they installed was just like, that's not what's in my bathroom. Well, she has this plumber come in. Mohammed is with her son, watching him play a game. And then he comes to see that she's with this man, the plumber, installing it. And then he brings it up. In my religion, a man and a woman should not be alone together. His voice still scares me. Anyone else? But here's the thing. He keeps talking about his religion. At no time that we've heard her talk about this, she does make compliances with, things that make him comfortable. But Eve is not converting to Islam. So I don't understand why she has to follow every single rule, especially in her own house. He's like, well, then, you cannot be in the house. What? She can't be in her own house when this man's in there? Sir. And she should have been a little bit more emphatic. Like, I understand where you're coming from. However, I'm not Muslim. I'm not converting. And I'm trying to do a nice thing for you here. So back off. She needed to put her mama voice on because he's still looking for his mama to make his breakfast in the morning. He's 20. How old is he? Like 25? Eve. He still scares me though. That voice and those eyes. No, I don't like that. You should not be in the room with him. No. No. That goes against my religion. Is the bidet installed? And the poor plumber is just, let me hurry up and finish this. MJ says, Mohammed, you have to wait out in the rain until the plumber leaves. Foxy says, Eve needs to let that man boy go. Well, that's the bad part of this K-1 visa. It's not that easy. It's not like you can just be like, go home. You know what I mean? It's not that simple. Tuesday said, what about them living together before marriage? I know, it's sort of like, he says, when we were first introduced to him, he justified it by saying, well, I see her as my future wife. So that's okay. They make all kinds of allowances when it's convenient for them. Men. Honestly, when I hear his voice, I'm just sitting here just laughing to myself, just like, are we serious right now? I don't know how did she get turned on by that? First of all, he's a lot younger than she is. Yes, he's good looking, but the voice alone would have been like, how did you get what for him? But it's always those ones that lay it down in the bedroom. Maybe the voice gets a little bit deeper in the bedroom. I hope so, because I know that wouldn't. I'll be like, shh, shut up, just kiss me, just shut up. I love you, Seth. He sounds too much like a serial killer. I don't know what a serial killer sounds like. I think that's what we think of, but a serial killer probably has more bass in their voice than he does. I don't know. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our weekly Tuesday Takeover, where we don't just talk about 90 Day Fiancé. We give you an update in regards to reality TV news. We just talked about the Real Housewives of Atlanta ratings. We talked about some updates in regards to the Real Housewives of Dubai. And we also talked about the new show on Peacock, Below Deck Down Under, which I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying it. Replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. We want to know your thoughts on some of this news and some thoughts on Below Deck Down Under. Are you watching it? And your thoughts on the couples for 90 Day Fiancé. So finally, let's talk about this couple, because every single week I am up and down. I know some of you say that you're Team Bilal, and I'm like, where's Sway? Look, like how? Like, how is that possible? But Shida, I'm looking at you with the side eye too. I need the West Indian Trini gal to come out and box him 2 times. Box that boy 2 times in the head. So as you know, we've been very critical of Bilal because of the whole, prank that he played on her. But I saw at the Entertainment Tonight interview that they did, and apparently she played a prank on him when he came to Trinidad. But to me, that didn't sound like a prank. Basically, she told him to stay in this particular neighborhood that wasn't the greatest, get his Airbnb in this neighborhood that wasn't the greatest. And I was waiting for the joke, and I was like, okay, where was the joke? He actually got the Airbnb there. I don't know. But spoiler alert, these two have gotten married. And word on the street is that Bilal and Shida will be on 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. Honestly, I don't know if I want to see that. I don't find them that entertaining. The most entertaining thing was seeing her do her yoga poses. Y'all saw that? I was like, I've been doing yoga on and off for so long, and I still am not that flexible. I'm like, Shida, girl. So they get into it. So they're going to I forgot the name of what they were going to do at the mosque. So, but of course they're doing prayers and things like that, and they do that every single Friday. And they're in the car on the way there, and they get into a little tiff. And she playfully hits him. And she says, it's a part of my culture. We're very physical. And so maybe that's where I get it from. Sometimes I can be a little physical. Luckily, I'm here alone, But we all looked at that and we were like, that wasn't bad. It wasn't like, you were hit. Oh, Juma. Thank you so much, Bonetta. Juma. Thank you. Oh, I knew it started with a J and I couldn't remember. So they're on their way to Juma, and she playfully taps him, but he then says, don't do that. Don't do that. I think if I'm, we love to twerk on a fence here. If I was to see Bilal's side of it, the minute he said, I don't like that, she should have stopped, but she kept on doing it. However, it still was a light tap. He pulls over like as if he was going to make her walk. You know what? If she had gotten out of that car, I would have booked an Uber back to the house, packed my stuff, and took a flight right back to Trinidad and Tobago. That would have been me. But he holds on to this. He's not communicating with her. He goes to pick up the kids. She had no idea. He just gets out the car and goes and picks up the kids. Then they go to Juma. She meets the ex-wife. And she was expressing to him her concern about meeting. Like she seems like she's a very nervous person because she's meeting all of his family and things like that. And she wants to impress them. So she's going to meet the ex-wife at Juma. And that was an awkward meeting. That was a very awkward meeting. But he's not communicating with her. He's not talking to her. But he seems like a very cold person. I don't know if you noticed it. At one point, he bumps his own son, and it's not like he fixes it and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He just sort of like bumps him and keeps going. When his son tries to hug him, he's sort of like very cold with the hug. So I kind of look at Bilal with the side eye. There's something about Bilal that I'm just like, there's something not clicking up here, no matter how you want to make sense of it. Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. Danielle says, but it was the fact that she did it again. I said it though, Danielle. I know you're Team Bilal because she loves to say that in the TikTok chat. we know you're Team Bilal. I said that though. The minute he said, I don't like that, she should have stopped. Okay, but she was like being playful. Okay. Just saying. Yeah, Jay says he's cold. And Laura says his family enables him. Yeah, they were all in on this prank. But they seem to like Shida. The family does seem to like Shida. But Bilal drags this out. He drags this out. And they're supposed to have date night and they have the conversation. And again, it feels like he's gaslighting her. It feels as if he is treating her like a child. It feels like she's always apologizing to him. And I feel like there's so much that we don't see on the show that she tells us later in her confessionals of things that he's done around the house. I'm just like, girl, and you still married this man? Remember, her other issue is that she wants to have kids, but he's like, I don't know if I want to have kids. I think obviously they have a conversation during the season and they come to the conclusion to have kids, but I don't think she should marry this man. Danielle says, oh no, this week Danielle's team, no one. She gets on my nerves. Really? She gets on your nerves? I don't think she gets on my nerves as much as Bilal, to be honest. But there's so much more to this story. There's so much more to the story. But let me tell you something, TLC. Word on the street is that they're supposed to be happily ever after. But don't bring this couple on this tell-all, and they're not able to talk about the things that we saw on the show, because we see that all the time where we don't get the couple doesn't go all the way in. You remember Michael and Natalie? I'm like, no, we want to address all the crap they did on the show. Sean Robinson, let's make sure we get to the nitty gritty. Marie, thank you so much for the super chat. Marie says, it's hard to understand his love language. I don't think she does either. It's hard to understand any of his language. There's something not clicking with Bilal. I don't know what it is, but I don't think I could be friends with Bilal. Never mind partner with Bilal. But then he has that sweet moment with doing the yoga room. But look, those little sweet moments, you got to really kind of, in your relationships, when you're getting into a relationship with someone, how much of the sweet moments outweigh the problematic stuff? You really should be assessing those things in your life. Danielle with the super chat again. Thank you, Danielle. Danielle, I think I would see your chat though, but I appreciate you supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, guys, for every way that you can support the channel, head on over to the description of this video or head on over to TheKempire.com for more details. Danielle says this: if I have to choose, hashtag Team Bilal. You know what? Y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess. Oh. T Slade says Bilal is like Drew's husband, but I really believe Bilal is this way. T Slade, thank you. Miss Nana Mac, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel. And speaking of supporting the channel, guys, you don't have to send super chats. By viewing, sharing, liking, that all helps. Let's get to 200 likes. We have over 400 and something people in the building. Like the video because it supports our channel, but it also supports other channels that report on reality TV news, that report on pop culture, or that specifically talk about Below Deck or 90 Day Fiancé. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys, because we're over an hour. I always try to keep our Tuesday Takeover under an hour for the lunch break crew. Shout out to everyone that's watching on their lunch break or watching while you work. We appreciate you taking the time out. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. Thank you to everyone that participated in our live chat. Replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. We want to know your thoughts on everything we discussed during our Tuesday Takeover. Thank you to all of our mods that are in the live chat, our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. To become a member, head on over to TeamKempire.com. Or if you're watching from your computer, click the join button for more details. Thank you to everyone in the live chat. I loved the conversation that we had together this afternoon. And I will see you guys in our next video. Be sure to check out the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp video that I just posted. It's a quick update in regards to this Aquaman 2 and an update from this morning, testimony from the DC president, okay, from the movie. So be sure to check that out as well. Let me just see some of the last minute comments that you guys are saying here. She says, Shida is able to express herself well in the confessionals, but with Bilal, she's mutish. I agree with that. And that's where I'm feeling like we're getting signals, like blink twice if you need help, Shida. Miss Nanamex says, yeah, let me get back to work. I love you says, I would love for Bilal's ex-wife to spill some tea as to why other than his OCD. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hold on. All right. Uh-oh. Green Girl says Muhammad's voice plus Bilal's kidnapper van equals. Agreed. Agreed. Thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your day. If you haven't already, like the video. We're almost at 200 likes. Let's get those likes up. We appreciate you being here for our Tuesday Takeover. I will see you in the next video. But if you only come here on Tuesday Takeover, I'll see you guys next week for Tuesday Takeover again. Have a great rest of your day. Let's get out of here.